If you were to take a look at all the major success stories on Shopify, ClickFunnels, or any other make money online platform, you're going to see a pattern start to emerge. And that pattern is most of the crazy successful stories, like the ones we're going to look at in a minute, focused on one main product. And that's why today we're going to use Claude 3.7 to find these products, learn how to promote them, and set up a simple affiliate website designed to sell one product really well so that we can make money. Yes, we're going to get into tech stuff, so make sure you pay close attention even through the boring parts, because what you're going to learn here is going to show you exactly how to set up a website that is designed to get traffic and sales, which is super important. But before we get started, I got to talk to you about something kind of personal. Just last week, I heard that YouTube is cracking down on make money online videos. Mainly because over the last few years, with the invention of AI, everyone and their brother has been making videos promising that you're gonna get rich overnight. And they lead you down some rabbit hole, teaching you something that's completely aimless, pointless, and you leave the video worse off than when you started. And you might have noticed some of my thumbnails kind of fit that mold. And there's a reason that I do that. And my thinking was, well, there's a lot of people watching these things that are struggling. What if I use something to get them into my videos to show them the truth about how something works? So when you see a sensationalized thumbnail, it's always based on something I've done, or maybe something I've seen done, or something that can be backed by proof and data. And then I go through and show you exactly how it works. Give them a disclaimer, like my now famous "the average person trying to make money online makes nothing" disclaimer, and teach them how to do internet marketing the right way. Unfortunately, this led me down a rabbit hole of chasing views rather than the perfect person I want to work with. Now, I think it did do a good service in helping people understand, hey, there are good things we can do if we would just understand it. I mean, let's face it, AI is not some money printer. It's just a tool. And if we can use that tool correctly, I believe we can actually build a business. It does take hard work, it does take effort, and of course the results are not guaranteed, but I think at this point in history, this is probably the easiest it will ever get. So what I'm going to be doing is creating a video archive over at AIProfitScoop.com. You can go over there, opt in, we'll give you some free videos. If you're a paid member, you'll get all the videos, and we're gonna keep everything there for you so that you can go back and watch some of your favorites. Not only that, but we also give you plugins, tools, images, and the whole 9 yards. If you're not on my mailing list, you definitely wanna be, because there's some things that I teach, some webinars we have that are not here on platform. So definitely check that out. And let me know what kind of videos I make that you like best so I can keep doing those. And now, let's dive in the computer, and I'm going to show you how to make a one-product affiliate website designed to get traffic and sales so that you can make money. Come on, let's get started. Okay, so today we're going back to square one, and we're going to look at a one-product affiliate site. Now, this site can have multiple pages and posts if you're using WordPress, or it can have multiple pages if you're using regular HTML or something like that. I'm going to show you how to do both. I'm going to show you how to do them with AI, and I'm going to show you how to do a hybrid model of AI and WordPress, which I think is actually the best. And you can see here, one of my sites is actually doing really good in the rankings. We bought this domain, and it's picking up some rankings for a post that I made here on the channel, which I believe we did that in a video a couple weeks ago, which you can actually see, which is pretty cool. So going through like this, looking at how we can focus on one simple product is key, because what's happening is a lot of people are dealing with info overload. They're trying to do too much. They're not focusing. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, let's pull out all the stops. You only have one job, which is sell this one product or product category. And what I mean by product category is okay, let's say you're selling a special pair of jeans for oddly shaped people like myself, right? If anyone knows me, my jeans are exactly square. They're like 30 by 25, and they look like a square. But at any rate, it's hard to find. So if I was going to do that, what I would do as a multiple category of products is I would have the same size, right? The jeans for shorter men or whatever it is, and I would have different makes of those, like, maybe Levi's or whatever other types of makes there are. Okay, I wouldn't go out into like big and tall because that's not exactly what this is. So what we're going to do is focus on one problem, one solution. And that is why this works. Building a one product affiliate site with Claude is a game changer, and it works, number one, because it's going to focus you. It's going to get you in and say, hey, this is one thing to do. In the example we're going to look at, I'm going to show you one product I'm going to promote, one site, one focus, one traffic method, actually multiple traffic methods, but one direction, which is very important. Then we're going to show you how it works. How does it work? Well, we're going to go through and we are going to do one and done. This is going to be based on problem solution. When you look at most of the people that are getting really good results on Shopify, they either one of two things. They either have a big following, lots of traffic, lots of people, and lots of products that they're selling, or they have one problem, one solution, one simple thing. That's your only task. This makes it a lot easier because now you're like, oh, to make money, I'm going to promote this. And a lot of products have a lot of money in them if you see them through. How many people are buying jeans that are my size? More than you would think. How many people are getting explainer video software? More than you would think. How many people get little converter tools that convert something from Excel to QuickBooks or whatever? Way more than you would think. So if you find this easier and you say, hey, you know what? This is really cool. I think I can focus on one simple thing, and that's what I'm going to do. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start with Claude to actually find a product. Now, I went through and I actually have these notes over at AIProfitScoop.com. I'm going to give you this list of tools and notes and things like that. Lots of cool stuff that you can use. We're going to have more notes on here based on what goes on in this video. And then also over at AI Profit Scoop, I'm going to have those archive videos I was talking to you about, so you can see those. I'll send those out as well. You can see these are videos from quite some time ago. This is one before I got sober. This was one after. And then this is one talking about how that affected search and a little marketing tidbit that I think you guys need to understand. And really good stuff there. We're going to have new and old videos alike. Some videos that were never seen before here, which is really cool because I've been doing this for 25 years. I started teaching back in 2008, and we've kept a lot of the recordings and things that are still relevant today, and we're turning those into notes and different things with AI. So first of all, let's go through and find the product with Claude. Over here, what I did is I asked Claude right up here to find me 101 product niches that focus on a specific problem, like a light socket security camera or a special towel for washing your car or something like that. What it did is it came up with a lot of them, and I'm going to go through these and try to see what I want and see which ones are going to pay me the most. So if I go down here and look at like microwave splatter cover, what I want to do is use my keyword tools to see what's going on. If I use the free Ahrefs keyword tool like this, and I do microwave splatter cover, I'm going to see what the volume looks like to see if I can make money. This is where you see the reality of, is there actually money here? We see that it's like less than 100 a day. So like a couple thousand, or I'm sorry, 1,000, less than 100 a month. And there's a couple of words. So I'm going to say probably like 1,000 people a month or something. Look this up. Next, what we can do is go to Amazon, see how many actual reviews and products are actually ordered in this market. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to Google and type this in and see what the prices are like. Okay. When running a business, you want to find out how you're going to make the most money possible with the least overhead, right? I don't want to have employees and people shipping things, and I don't want to go get a billion of these on Temu before I understand, like, are they actually going to sell? So over here, you can see it does have like an Amazon one. Amazon does not pay much money at all as an affiliate, but I could do that to prove the concept. Prove the concept. If it sells, then I'll go do it as drop shipping or whatever. Now, what I want to do is I actually want to find out, like, is there a product as an affiliate? So I can go through and do microwave splatter cover affiliate and see if there's an affiliate business paying a lot of money. So here's one. It says this probably has an affiliate on it. I want to see one that pays really, really, really well. Okay, very important. Usually when you find these products, you can actually get paid more than the product cost for selling it. Case in point, there are these little incense waterfalls, which if you were to look this up on Google or whatever, you're going to see that they're like 12 bucks, 20 bucks. However, this one pays $25 a sale as an affiliate over on OfferVault. There's lots of other stuff you can see here that works really good too. Now, make sure that you vet the affiliate offer, make sure it's legit, put it in a, checker program to see if it's a legit program, if it has a lot of complaints. It is our job to do our due diligence and find out what is good and what is bad. Not all affiliate offers are good. Like we saw that with the whole crypto craze, right? A lot of people were doing this stuff and it wasn't up to par. Even though it seemed like it wasn't. And a lot of people got taken down with that, which is kind of interesting, all right? So now finding the product, what we want to do is go through and look at these and find the one that pays the most. I would say, as far as the microwave cover, if you're looking at getting something quick and generating something with it, I don't know if that's the best one unless I can find a good affiliate offer that's going to pay me more. Because if I go Amazon, it's going to pay me like 4 cents to maybe 50 cents to sell one of these. However, if I was to go through and do like a laptop cooling pad, that I could probably find an affiliate offer that pays 30, 40%. Okay, so going through and doing the research, go through and do whatever niche is, affiliate program. And we're going to go through and we're going to see, okay, Targus has an affiliate program. It's about $110 or whatever for these. Is there something better that I can find? Because sometimes like Razer actually might have a really good affiliate program that pays 10% or more. And these are really big for gamers. So we could come down here and see there's an affiliate link and we could see, okay, what do they pay? Not sure it says, okay, so 3%, that's pretty low. I'm not going to do that because again, remember, if I was to sell the $100 one, I'm going to get $3. If I want to make, $1,000 a month, I got to sell quite a few of these to get that. So I want something that's going to pay me better. Think stuff like the as seen on TV stuff that here pays really well. Again, vet them, make sure they're good, or the incense or whatever it is. I want to find something that actually pays well. Using Claude, I can get this big list and I can actually say, now find the highest paying affiliate offers in these niches, or something like that. And it'll go through, and it's not going to do perfect, right? We have a giant list I'll put up on AIProfitScoop.com if you guys want it. But going through here, it'll show you, so there's 5 to 10, 15% for sleep sound machines. So it does show some good stuff. It's kind of a barrier of entry showing, oh, hey, this is what we can do. 15%, I would say baby food makers probably would pay more. You're going to get more going direct, right? If I go Amazon, they pay like 4%. If I go direct, they're going to pay a lot more, which is really cool. Now, the downside is, obviously, going direct, sales are going to be lower than Amazon because people could literally just click a button and order on Amazon. But again, 24-hour cookie, if you don't get the sale in 24 hours, you're out. So going direct, I think, is going to do better, and we'll talk to you about some other methods as well. So let's say I wanted to go through and choose one of these, okay? So we got like drip irrigation or drying rack for herbs. That could be good because it could tie into something bigger, maybe a reusable K-cup for the coffee filters, I think a Keurig coffee filter, or whatever it is, right? Go through, maybe find ones that are more expensive and have better affiliate offers. Just last week, I was going through and looking at domains, and there was a domain that came up that I almost bought, but it was tied to a trademark, which was for the Emerald Air Fryer. The Emerald Air Fryer is an exact example of what we're doing. Now, that is a trademark domain. I would not buy a trademark domain. That's why I didn't. Would I have paid $1,500 if it was a non-trademark domain? In a heartbeat. Why? Because it had a lot of traffic. So going through here, looking at the traffic for the air fryer, this thing was a beast. I mean, it got a ton of traffic for this specific air fryer. Now, can I do this without stepping on the copyright and the trademark? Absolutely, I can. I just wouldn't want it in the domain, and I'd want to make sure that my content is about this air fryer specifically, which is really cool, okay? So that's an example of how this works, and you can see, yes, back in the day, he was getting a lot of traffic for this stuff. We actually have the Emerald air fryer over there here in the office. We cook lunch here, and it's pretty cool, so that would be good. Like, if I wanted to nail this niche, I would go in, I'd go buy the thing, I'd test it out, I'd be in it to win it, like, make this work. If you can't afford it, there are ways to maybe find a cheaper product or get a review copy or whatever if it's software, something like that. Okay, so going through, we're going to choose the product. Again, I am aiming for a good amount. I want to get ideally $20 to $50 per sale. That's ideal. If I could get more, fantastic. If it's less, the traffic better be pretty easy to get. The Emerald one, I'd probably go $20 on that because it's like, hey, yeah, the traffic's there. It sells like crazy. They're really ready to buy. And that's why this works, because the intent of the customers is really cool. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to choose a platform and a domain name, okay? Again, if you can't afford to get a domain name, there are other ways to do this. You can build a Facebook group around it, build a Facebook platform around it. You could use other free hosted type sites or whatever. It's not my favorite cup of tea. My advice would be get the hosting. We'll teach you how to do all that here. So there's three main things we're going to do. One is WordPress, one is HTML, the other is PHP. Using Claude, I can actually set this up. So I could go to Claude right like this, and I can say, make me a one-page sales page for Emerald Air Fryer 360 with French doors. And it'll go through and make a page like that. It'll probably do HTML in the beginning. And again, remember, this is just one page. It doesn't mean we have a one-page site. It's just going to make it really good. So bam, revolutionize your kitchen with one powerful appliance. Then it's going to have all the stuff here, which is really good. This is what we're going to get into when it comes to promoting it, because we're going to promote this to all of the people who might want this. All the people looking up air fryers, quick ways to cook dinner, crock pots, whatever, different things like that, which is really cool. So we could see it made a page. Let's do now make it a fancy HTML page I can put on my website. Now, if you are using this content here, obviously make sure it's plagiarized checked. You're going to go through and build it up, right? You have to do a good job. This is about doing a good job. If you think that you're just going to spit stuff out of AI and get rich, it doesn't happen that way. We need to focus. We need to look at it and say, okay, what is it we are actually going to do? How can I build this as an actual business? It is going to take time. It's going to take effort. And if I was in this market, again, get the product, test it out. It's like $170, test it out, make it work. You'll be better buying the product, testing it out, and making videos on it than you would other ways. And then you could even go and do UGC content, which we'll talk about in a bit as well, which is user-generated content to sell things, which Amazon pays really well for that. And you put the video on their platform. Don't even need a website. Just go buy the cooker, test it out. Are you going to get rich? I don't know. But, going through and making it work, these are the steps that it takes to build the business. If I was going to do PHP, this is more for like codes and dynamic content. HTML is static. Or my favorite would be WordPress. Using WordPress, you can do like we started out here with the Explainer Video Company, which is really cool, right? So the Explainer Video Company, I wonder if we rank for this. Let's see how that's doing. I know we ranked, there we are. So we're number 3, or no, we are number 1. All right, there we go. Number 1, and you can see here, there are tools and things. So going through and making this work is actually really, really solid. So we're gonna go through and we are going to build this thing up for explainer videos and things like that. Now in this one, I'm actually using WordPress. Let me see if I can get into the WordPress there. I might need to do it through my hosting. Okay, let's see, hopefully, we're gonna have to go in through hosting. So going through hosting, we just go in like this. We would go to, I think it's WordPress management, I believe. Let's see. So we're gonna go in like this and actually manage it. Now my recommendation would be to use WordPress. Google loves it. The search engines love it. It's easy. You don't have to understand code and images and things like that. So it can be something very, very simple. So if we have Explainer Video Production, we'll just go in here like this. We'll click log in. That should log us into the WordPress, and we can make themes and stuff like that, which now with AI, this stuff is super easy. Again, my one focus is going to be selling this product. So if I wanted to go through and say, let's say I'm going to do this with the Instadoodle, which is a whiteboard explainer video software. It's perfect for this. If I wanted to go all in on something like this, you can make a decent amount going through and saying, okay, let's promote this. It pays $34, so it does fit what we're trying to do. I could just get my affiliate link right like this. All right, copy. And then I'd go to our AI over here, to our Claude. Okay, and again, here's our big list. Let's open a new Claude in a new tab I think we can do. There we go. Please make a good sales page for pre-selling the Instadoodle whiteboard software to people who want to make explainer videos. Boom. Here we go, right like this. Okay, and I'm going to keep that affiliate link in handy and so that I can keep it and put it on my page and build this up. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a traffic strategy that just won't quit. We're going to go out and make this work in a very specific way. Now, again, make sure you're using Grammarly or something like that. Make sure there's no plagiarism. The best way to beat plagiarism with AI is to make custom content, make stuff that people actually like based on what they want. So I could go through and say, now make this specific to explainer videos. Now make this specific to people wanting to make explainer videos and why it is a good solution, like an advertorial or something like that. So it's going to go through and it'll actually create this in a very, very specific way. How this new software is transforming explainer videos and why early adopters are rushing to get it. Hey, that's pretty good. So now we could see it actually did a price breakdown. It's got Instadoodle, interesting facts and things like that, which these are all going to help us sell. And then we're just going to market this in a horizontal way for all the people that this can help. When you get your product, you're going to make that one product website for all the people that that product would help. And then you're going to make content for it. Like if I was doing the air fryer, here's how to fry some chicken. Here's how to fry some fish. Here's how to do this. Here's how to do that. And everything is going to go to what it is you want. So now let's take this. Let's see how it did with the plagiarism. Okay, so we'll go here. We'll do, let's see, new. I think we'll do new document. There we go. All right, so we're going to go right like this. And we'll do a new document. And we'll paste our stuff in here. Is it not copied? Okay, let's copy this. There we go. Zoop. I like that. It should copy. Let's do like that. So we'll go right there. And now we'll go like this. And obviously we don't want this because that's not us. And now we should be able to check for AI and plagiarism and everything like that. Now, once it's all fancy and good and ready to go, we're just going to keep doing this for multiple entry points. So that's good. It didn't detect any plagiarism, like literally zero. So now I could go through, go to my blog, post, add new post, and I can say, boom, here we go. And I would do explainer video, and I can do something like easy whiteboard explainer videos. And then obviously make sure this fits whatever your keywords are, right? So you're going to do that keyword research, which you could do for the most part with free tools. I mean, obviously, if you have paid tools, it's going to be a lot easier. But you could do this with AI. So we could see whiteboard explainer videos, less than 100. Let's try just whiteboard videos or whiteboard animation videos or whatever it is. And there we go. So that's got a little bit more, maybe animation explainer videos, something like that. And then we would just promote that tool. Okay, so there is traffic there, which is good. Again, some of it's hard, some of it's easy to get. We're going to go down the list and find what it works. Now, if I was going for a different product, like let's say we wanted to do the product which was the incense, right? Where'd that go? Over here, the incense product. I know, there it is. The incense product here, again, looking at it, okay, how many sales could I get a day? Could I get 4, 10, whatever? Obviously, results are not typical, implied, or guaranteed, but looking at it and understanding this is a business, let's build it up, we could go through and say, yes, how can I do this? Well, we got incense waterfall. You could go through and take a look and say, okay, well, what kind of traffic is this going to want? All right, well, if it's the incense one, I could go for different incense reviews. We did this as a test. I bought like, I think $1,500 worth of these things so that I can make content. We still haven't made content. It's a lot of work, but we have that planned. And we can go through and actually make videos on the different things. And you'll see on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that, there's all kinds of little videos about these little waterfalls and how they work. Very simple. You can set it up with cameras like this where you could just come in, boom, record the content. Or you can go through and talk about like different types of incense. Oh, this one's calming, this one's relaxing, this one's for high energy or inspiration or whatever. Different things like that. We're going to fan out and get our traffic back to us. And again, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, how like I lost my way trying to go for everyone. all right, I just want people who are serious about making this work. That's why I want to refine and make everything specific. Now, going through and looking at this here, how can I get those ideal people who just want those things? Now, watch this. Watch what happens. If I wanted to promote an incense waterfall, how can I make content on social media without being redundant? Let's see what it says here. It'll probably give us a good plan that'll work. And then we're just going to follow that plan. Again, putting the files on our site if we're using HTML, which I talk about in other videos, or going through and actually making that content on social media. So we can see here different settings, meditation space off, that's good. Highlight sensory experiences, educational, time-based. So there's quite a few things, which is really cool. And we can make a lot of content. The key is being able to make content that people actually want to look at, maybe different incense waterfalls, maybe this, that, or the other, and then sell what we're looking for. If I can go through and get all the people who want explainer videos, well then I can get a good following. Let's say we want to do explainer videos like this. Then what's happening is I'm a lot more refined. Let's see if I'm spelling this right. Explainer videos. Yeah, there we go. So like that, explainer videos. Okay, so taking a look at this, you can see these guys actually do get a lot of traffic. I can make content on how the Canva one works, how this one works, how that one works, and go through and talk about all of this stuff in a very, very specific way and get them into the product I'm promoting. And since that product is paying $34, my goal is just, boom, one track focused. Let's get that. Maybe get them into web hosting, maybe getting them to other stuff. And that's where you're going to get into the bigger stuff. It's a problem solution framework. We are finding the problem. People want to make videos. Solution, whiteboard videos. People want incense. Solution, incense videos. People want the egg cookers or the microwave things or whatever it is. We're making content around that, like a sleep sound machine. What can we do for that? Or a posture corrector or something like that. I wouldn't go into medical stuff unless you're a doctor, but maybe I could do something like weighted anxiety blanket, right? That's a pretty popular market. If you were to look at this here, we can do weighted anxiety blanket, boom, there we go. Let's do maybe even anxiety blanket, and then we'll try weighted blanket as well. We'll try both of these. Anxiety blanket, now we got a lot more searches. There's even one for your pets, which is cool. Let's try weighted blanket. See what that comes up with. And what this is going to do is it's going to give us a strategic method. All my goal is, there we go, you got a lot of traffic on this one. So weighted blanket, that's pretty good. And that one, you know, if I can find a really high paying one, which I can even drop ship or whatever, very simple. Then what we're going to do is we're going to find our keywords and spy on ways we can make content. And by spy, just look at what other people are doing. Look at what's working. What's working good on TikTok? What's working good on YouTube? What's working good on SEO? Can I buy a domain for that, right? We talk about domain buying all the time here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to build, test, and grow. So we're going to build these pages designed to get people in with the problems and the solutions. Going through and saying, okay, let's open up a new Claude, and I'll say, tell me about weighted blankets and the problems they solve, okay? And it'll talk about anxiety and different things like that. Sorry, my allergies are bugging me today. So now we have all these different things. Now come up with 100 content ideas based on the problems this solves. And we're going to go through and systematically make that. And you'll make a page on your site. You'll make some content. You'll get some good stuff. It's about going through and making this work, how deep pressure works. I didn't even know that was based on pressure therapy. The role of weighted blankets in occupational therapy. So this is giving us good ideas. Obviously, you'd want to go through and make sure these are good, but this is content that you can work in a really good way to people who are struggling sleeping. If this helps them, that could work, right? There you go. Very, very simple. If you're going to go through and do like little phone pouches or choppers or whatever it is, right? We could go through and get this stuff in a specific way. Magnetic wristbands, those were things that worked really good. Air pump toilet plunger, bed sheet fasteners, weird little products that sell every day. And what we're doing is we're looking for people who might not know that this is a solution to the problem they have. finding them, talking about the solutions, and then sending them to the content that, or sending them to the page that's selling it. Then what we can do is we can build up a mailing list where you could say, hey, if you like this kind of thing, maybe put your name and email for my other sleep tips or sleep products to help you sleep, or incense or air fryers or whatever it is. Getting that cycle where it's like, okay, we're getting all the traffic from like SEO, social, video, Pinterest, whatever, and make good content, stuff people would actually get value out of. That's what AI really thrives at, is going through and saying, hey, here we go. Out of this list of 100, there's quite a few I can actually use, right? There's really, really good stuff, how it helps adults focus, all kinds of different things that this is helping with, which is key. We can even say, now make all, or now find all the problems that a phone cleaner box solves, right? And you could do all kinds of content like the hidden germs on your phone, or, are you did your face hurt or whatever? I don't know what it is. Obviously, I'm not an expert in this, but going through and looking at this in a specific way, you could do, what problems does having an air fryer solve? Come up with 100. And it'll go through and it'll come up with them. Again, oversight as a human and looking at this and like, oh, hey, high calorie cooking with traditional deep frying. Okay, so it's a low calorie. So now automatically I am in the low calorie. So what if I did like low calorie fried chicken? Okay, now I could show people how to make low calorie fried chicken. Boom, here's how to do it in an air fryer. Or maybe people looking up deep fry. Maybe I could say, oh, hey, instead of deep frying in peanut oil, use an air fryer. Very, very simple stuff, right? Thinking about how we can do this in a specific way to help people that want this info. There's a lot of people looking for problems and the solutions to their problems, and that's our job. Now, we can go through and we can do other products as well. Obviously, if you have a mailing list of people interested in your air fryer stuff, they'd probably be interested in other kitchen stuff. We wouldn't want to sell them a house, right? We want to stick to what we want, which is cool. Then we're going to build a social media gathering of people that are watching this stuff. Don't underestimate this. There's people out there with social media followings that make a ton of money. It is crazy. And then we could go through and say, what other products would they want? What other programs can I promote? But looking at this as a one-step thing, okay, going through, can I post this up here? And boom, now I have a piece of content. Obviously, edit it, make sure it's good, fancy up your stuff. But going through and saying, all my goal is to find the problems people want. Then I could say, okay, let's say I go here and I say, what are some other products? Okay, so what are some top video makers for people wanting to make explainer, whiteboard, info, educational videos? List 100. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to have this list of 100, I spelled list wrong, list 100, and now I'm going to have all of these, and I can make content for this. Keep going. And what you're going to see is that all of these will have traffic too. And I can sell these, right? You can say, here's Powtoon, here's what it's good for, here's where to buy it, here's other alternatives. Boop, 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 wash, rinse, repeat. And there's people on social media right now that are like, 5 AI tools you need to know for video making. 5 tools you need to know for content or checklists or whatever. And what's going to happen is you're going to see these all get traffic as well, which is good. Do it in an ethical way, right? There was a company years ago that was like talking bad about companies to get traffic, which was not good. I know, because I was one of the companies they were talking bad about. It was not good. But doing this in a good way, like, can I do render forest or whatever? Can I make content that is purposely designed to sell something that's specific, right? And you're going to see here, now just list the tool name. And when you see that it lists the tool name, I'm going to pop this in our keyword tool over here. And again, you can see this is working. We're getting rankings, or this one had rankings. Ours is over here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Explainer video one, explainer, this one here. And building this up in a simple way, I mean, back in the day, this thing had a lot of traffic. So building this up is key. Look at that. We had 891. It's not a ton of traffic, but I mean, it's specific to what I want. There we go, 4,000 there. So that's a little bit better, right? So 4,000 visitors for Explainer Video Company, and that is the ranking we have now, which is cool. And we can now see there's all kinds of stuff. This is basically the same thing. It's just listing all the problems they have. How do you create it? Advertisement of a product. Very specific things that this product solves. Problem, solution. Even as an affiliate, this works really, really well. Now, if I was to go through, again, this is the paid version of Ahrefs. You can't really do this in the free version, but you could do one at a time. So what I would do is I would take this list of the tools, right? So now we have all the tools, right like this. And I could talk about all the tools. I go through and make content about what they do, what they're good for, things like that. Now, if I wanted to do this one by one, I can type them in like this, open board, or whatever. If I have the full version, I could just type the whole list and see what the traffic looks like and watch how big this gets. So we had like a little, now we have 2.3 million global search volume. That's a lot of traffic there, which is cool, right? And you can go through and you can see that not a lot of them are super competitive. If I did this good, it's going to take some effort, it's going to take some work, I could build a business. So if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. Tell me you want more down-to-earth videos, and I'll start making more down-to-earth videos for the people that are serious, regardless of whatever else goes on. If you want the list of stuff, check out AIProfitScoop.com. We have the list. We have a list of tools. We have videos we're going to send you. You have the archive over there, all kinds of cool stuff that we have for both free and paid members. I think you're going to find it amazingly valuable, including just getting this list of products that you can use. I'm going to be expanding on it and making that a giant post, so stay tuned for that. Really cool stuff. Check out the videos in the description, and I'll see you over at AIProfitScoop.com and in the next video. Thanks again for watching.